Welcome to Chartbusters. This is the show where we'll highlight all the buzzing stocks of the day. We'll also get you some expert advice on how you can capitalize and trade. For the time being, it's a Friday morning. We opened up well in the green. From the top, we are seeing some kind of profit booking. Tata Motors has come off the high point of the day. Remember, it's had a big run. Just in the month of February, the stock had corrected to around 130 odd. So it's given you more than 50% from those lows. So let's see where the stock moves from here. For the time being, it's putting some pressure. And the Nifty bank, after seeing some selling in the last couple of trading sessions, well, that bounced back. But the largest, public sector bank, as well as the largest private sector bank, if you're looking at it, both of them have come off the high point of the day. So ICICI Bank has slipped, and even SBI has slipped. When both of them slip, that's what puts some pressure. But it's Friday, Mangalam, and the bulls and bears, they'll battle at the end of the day. I'm sure they're both going to go out there and celebrate.
I guess they do go celebrate, but I'm sure they're not going to celebrate it with a lot of entertainment and media stocks right now, because I'm looking at Z Entertainment. That stock's lost about 13.5% in this year. Wobbly ride continues, currently at the low point of the day. But suffice to say, it's a Friday. Let's say it's cruise control for the markets. Double the gains coming in for the mid-cap index, 0.6%.
Yeah, well, Mangalam, you seem to have some masti on your mind. But for the time being, let's kickstart the show with the top stories.
Absolutely. Here are all the top stories that we're tracking this morning. Cipla, that's the top Nifty gainer today after it gets an establishment inspection report from the US drug regulator for its Goa manufacturing facility.
Well, and Titans well in the green after the management gives a strong outlook. Targets 20% growth for FY20 despite muted outlook for the economy.
Godrej Properties hits a fresh high today. The company announces a new 5-acre residential project in Navi Mumbai with 500,000 square feet of saleable area available.
Well, and there's trouble in the skies for Jet Airways as the lenders meet yesterday remained inconclusive on the funding plans. Now, expression of interest for stake sale is invited tomorrow and will need to be submitted by April 9th.
All right, a couple of stocks which are moving as we speak. We have Just Dial, which has moved to the high point of the day. We have Repco Home Finance, which has moved as well. MRPL doing fairly well as well. So the mid-cap space is gathering some steam as we speak. But the frontline index, as Nigel pointed out earlier, is off the highs, led lower by the Nifty bank. How should you position yourself in trade right now as we speak? We have Ashwini Gujral giving his take on the Nifty and individual stocks. Good morning, Ashwini.
Well, given yesterday's and day before's corrections, I think today the decline is fairly mild, and in this sort of market action you should be accumulating at lows. And even if you see the bank Nifty, most of the banks are in the positive. Hardly 3 sectors in the overall market are in the negative. So my sense is that this is the time to accumulate, and you'll probably see short covering going by the end of the day. So my sense is that this sort of correction often does not last a whole lot longer, and people should buy into strong stocks. Having said that, DHFL is a buy with a stop of 156, target of 168. Canfin Home is a buy with a stop of 357, target of 370. And LIC Housing is a buy with a stop of 543, target of 565.
Well, Ashwini, you're talking about buying strong stocks. The Indian rupee, that's moved virtually to the low point of the day as we speak. 69.20 to 69.25 approximately. But would you look at playing some of these IT stocks, or there are better stocks to play out there, maybe the financials, banking stocks?
See, the group that is leading the market is the financials and domestic stocks, because rates are going down. Yeah. So I don't think IT stocks should be the way to go. They may outperform here and there, but I don't think they're likely to really outperform the financials here. NBFCs and banking stocks which started this rally, chances are will continue in this rally.
All right, and Ashwini, before we let you go, a view on Eicher Motors. In the last couple of weeks, we've got 3 downgrades come by, but the stock price seems to have negated that, and from levels of around 20,000, the Eicher Motors stock price has moved to around 20,800. What do you make of this stock?
See, my sense is that the auto sector slowdown is quite priced in, and not only Eicher, Maruti, Bajaj Auto, etc. While the bad news is coming, the stocks are moving higher. When that happens, chances are the stocks are making some sort of bottom.
Okay, all right, Ashwini, thanks so much for that. Well, Mangalam, in terms of, some of these auto stocks, just want to make a limited point. I was looking at this bearings company, it's NRB Bearings. Their entire bearing exposure is to the auto space.
All right.
The stock is higher in today's trading session. I just want to make that point that, a lot of those, there's no reason why the stock should be higher. Because in terms of bearings, you have industrial and automotive. This is one of the bearings companies that's entire dependent on the auto space, and the stock is higher. And the other stock we're looking at is, Godrej Properties year to date has done so well. If you just pull up the year to date chart of Godrej Properties, the stock has given you big returns, 40-45%. Godrej Industries has not moved anywhere. Well, the street is definitely kept an eye on that, and they know exactly why Godrej Industries hasn't moved. The reason we're referring to Godrej Industries with Godrej Properties is because it's a subsidiary. Godrej Properties has 53% stake in Godrej Properties, so we'll keep an eye out. Godrej Industries is down 2% year to date, while Godrej Properties in fact is up 45%. Let's see whether or not there is some kind of catch-up. But otherwise, you were making the other point that Godrej Industries also has stake in another company which is underperforming.
Absolutely, which is what perhaps explains the sort of underperformance that we're seeing in Godrej Industries vis-a-vis Godrej Properties. Because the other group company, Godrej Consumer, pull out the year-to-date chart of Godrej Consumer, that one's down about 17%. And Godrej Industries has a higher stake in terms of its market value to Godrej Consumer, which is why maybe that bit of tug-of-war between Godrej Consumer and Godrej Properties, which leads to the flattening of Godrej Industries.
Well,